Well, I've started to work on the top. So the first thing I did is take the dimensions that were in the book and cut out a full-size top out of a piece of half-inch plywood that I had in the shop. And I added the curve that was on the front. So this matches the drawer fronts and the actual size. So we have an overhang here of about 1.5 inches. And it's a little bit longer on the sides, but that's what they have. So it looks pretty good. So this is, I'm thinking 13/16 or 7/8 of an inch thick for the top. And the only problem is putting the molded edge that there is around the top, and of course then we're going to have to carve the what we call the baby butt corners there. So let's take a look at that. So this is a diagram of the molding profile that I'm going to have to put on the table edge, and of course I don't have a router bit that comes anywhere near that, and then there's a layout here of the baby butt corner that I'm going to put on there. So I need to figure out exactly how it is that I'm going to put that profile on the table edge, particularly going around the rounded parts on the front, which goes in and out. So I've got this router bit here, which is a regular table edge router bit, but it's set back 1 inch, and I only need 3/4 of an inch. So I added a larger bearing here, which cut off the shape a bit, but you can see here. So this is more like what we wanted to start with, but then of course we lose the whole rest of the pattern there. The bottom here needs a round over, a 1/4 inch round over, and then this top has to follow that unusual line. So what I did was, again using my over router here, I put the round over bit, the 1/4 inch round over bit was in there, and I used it to get the round over on the bottom, and then I set up another round over bit here, and this one is 3/8. So I use that on the front. So in making 3 passes, I was able to get something that looked like this out of it. So it's close, but this piece here has to come off to make that pattern. So to get it off, I can use a hand plane there and a scratch stock. So we're going to make a scratch stock to finish it off. So this is about as good as I can do with router bits. I make this is 3 steps. You make this cove first, and then there's a 1/4 inch round over on the bottom, and then a 3/8 inch this way. But as you can see from the line there's a little extra material, and I've got this template here. That's how I drew it on the edge. And you can see where the line is there. That material, just that tip there, needs to come off. So on a straight edge, which is 3 sides of it, I can take that off with a hollow plane, and so that'll come up. But on the places where it goes in and out, I can't do that. So what I'm going to do is make a scraper here out of a putty chisel, which a putty knife, and you can see the profile scribed on there, and I've got to grind that out to make the scraper, and so we're going to give that a try and see how well we do. Otherwise I'm going to have to cut it with a carving chisel. So I'm making a scratch stock or scraper out of the putty knife that I've got. I had first made a template of the table edge that I want to finish to, and I had scratched it onto the metal so that I could see it. And with a hacksaw, I just cut out the heavy stuff here, so I didn't have as much to grind. And then over here on the grinder, there's the grinder. I've got a 1/4 inch grinding wheel here that I use to rough out the design here. I'm close to the line, maybe 32nd off of the line all the way around there, so it has the profile. But I'm afraid to get too close with it takes a lot of metal off pretty fast with this 1/4 inch grinding wheel. And so what I'm going to do next is put it back in the vise, and then I'll use files, metal files, to grind it down to the line. So we're on our way. I'm trying to get it as close as I can and still keep it in focus. But now you can see, and I'm trying not to block the view, but I'm using my finest file that I've got, rounds and flats, to work the curve here. Pretty good. Pretty good. We'll give it a test run and see how it goes. So this is a little piece of maple that I had made before, and I'm doing a trial run. You can see that it matches pretty well. The grain is actually running the wrong way here. You can see it taking the curve or the curl off of it, and I can clamp this in a piece of wood like a normal piece of. So I took the handle off of the scraper and mounted it in. This is an old maple block that I had for a different scratch stock. So it has it in there pretty well, and this one's pretty close to size. I could, well, it's got a decent burr on there now. Works pretty good. So I'm going to do it on a piece of test mahogany, and it should be a lot better than curly maple.